Hi, it's us again. Doing a little job on the van. I've decided to fit a leisure battery. I didn't think I needed one because I'm fairly low power consumption. I got LED lights, pump, and just use a tablet to watch the telly on, so I don't really use that much electricity. But I recently purchased a cool box, and the plan was just to run that while I was driving. But I got a bit brave and I started using it when I wasn't driving a couple of times, and I flattened the battery. And then I realised it wasn't the fridge that flattened the battery, it was my CPAP machine, which I use every night for about 7 or 8 hours a night, and that was the reason I was using so much electric. One of the reasons I didn't want to get a leisure battery was I didn't want to lose any extra storage space in the back of the van. But what I've done is I've got a small battery. This is a 60 amp hour battery. It's an AGM, so I've laid it on its side, which I hope is going to be okay. And I've cut part of the panel out so that it slides into, there's a bit of a void in there. So I've lost most of the battery in the void, just this little bit sticks out behind the seat. I didn't want to go with solar power on the roof because I wouldn't be able to get under height barriers then. So I've gone with the split charge option. It's a lot cheaper as well, and this came today. The kit's already made up, got it off eBay. It's the main part of it, the split charger. It's like a switch that diverts the power to the leisure battery, and it's all got all crimps on and the fuse holders, so it should be pretty straightforward. The only problem I had, which I've already done this the other day, is finding a way through this jungle into the cab with the power lead, and I couldn't find it. I've searched everywhere, I couldn't find a way through, so I've gone a bit of an unorthodox route. I put this like conduit in first so I can feed the cable through easily, and I've gone in through the pollen filter box, down through the fan housing. It's like a cylindrical fan, and I come out the bottom of that into the passenger footwell. So it's not quite your usual route, but I think it's going to work okay. I've done all the hard work now. It's just a case of threading the cables through and mounting the various bits. So it shouldn't take too long to get this done now. Here it is finished. Got the positive feed coming off the battery, runs round to a fuse holder, into the split charge unit, through the bulkhead, down through the pollen filter box, through the heater box, out into the floor well, inside the van. Comes out under there somewhere, can't see it, but it's in there somewhere. Then I've run it along this side of this plastic moulding, along the sill of the van, and then behind back of the passenger seat, and there's my battery there with the positive feed coming in and the earth coming back and earth to the van body. So that's all done now. All I'm going to do now is stick a shelf on top of there. That's the shelf done. Got a voltmeter in there as well. It's got an on-off switch built in. I made this specifically to take my levelling ramps. That's where I used to keep them before I fitted the battery. Now I can still keep them in there. Flip the seat back. Done. So now I've got myself a leisure battery. I've not lost any storage space, and Tina's happy. So we're back off to the retreat farm for a couple of nights. We're going to try out this new battery setup. I made a note of the voltage when I left. Going to be running the fridge all day long and my CPAP machine at night. See how we get on with this new battery. I've already stuck a load of cold drinks in there. Put a few ice bottles in as well out the freezer to help chill that down a bit quicker. So we're off ski. About 30 miles and we'll be there. back at Retreat Farm. A few more campers this time. Let's have a look for me pitch. I did a video a couple of weeks ago when we were here last time. I'll put a link up above to that. When we was here, Tina chewed on a stick off of that tree there. It's called the Curly Willow. She got very ill. She had diarrhea, sickness. She went off her food. She was lethargic. When I got home, I checked it out on Google, and this tree is actually poisonous to dogs. I thought she was going to die. Booked her in at the vet's. Put my shoes on to take her. She jumped up. She was at the door jumping around as if there was nothing wrong with her. Took her anyway. 80 quid later, she's still with us. Excuse the wind noise, a bit breezy here. Taking a little trip to Abberton Reservoir. Put a bit more energy into the battery. And there's been reports of a ruddy shell duck here. And I've not been disappointed. There it is. To Tilbury Marina. Scrappy Doo. Just chucked a right onto Tom Tit Lane. Stopped off in Malden for some fish and chips. Looked on Google and this came out tops. According to people, it's the best chips in Essex, or maybe the best chippy ever. I'll let you know when I'm finished. It looks alright. The only negative reviews were people saying the chips weren't brown enough. That was nice enough. Give it an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's the best in Essex, but it was okay. I think Tina's only given hers a 5 out of 10. Morning. Just checking up on the battery. It's on 12.5. That was on 12.4 when I left. Done about an hour and a half travelling. I've used the fridge all day long. I used this CPAP last night for 6.5 hours. Running that on the 12 volt. So that's not bad. Ended up with more power than I started with. Let's see what's inside the Rich Monkey this morning. Hey. They cook really well in there. not getting any. Nice gooey chocolate. Cheers. Just come to Beeley Lock. It's where the Blackwater and the Chelmer meet. This side of the weir is tidal. That's the Chelmer up there by that lock. And that's the River Blackwater coming in. And they join together, head off down that canal to the sea near Morden. Or Haybridge actually. Nice little spot here. Take Tina for a run. Bridge is falling down, can't cross that. Been blocked off. I think they needed that. They've abandoned their pants as well. Oh, Tina's got a shitty ass as well. So a fairly new lock gate. It looks like they've upcycled the old one and made a bench out of it. Tin of beef curry. Try and reheat this rice in the Rich Monkey. See what happens. And that rice is done. Whack a naan in there now. Looks alright. I'll want some. Morning. Quick summary. I fitted a 60 amp hour AGM leisure battery with split charge. I come away for 2 nights to test it out. I've had the fridge running for 2 days. I've had the CPAP machine running for 2 nights. And I've only dropped 0.1 on the voltmeter, so that's quite good. And maybe next year I'll get a suitcase solar panel, possibly. So I'll say goodbye and I'll see you on the next one.